Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be reacting to The Thing by John Carpenter. I have heard about this film many times. It was recommended by my friends, but I guess I didn't want to watch it because when I was younger I thought it was a little too campy for me. I think I watched the trailer back in the day or something. But over the years, I became more open-minded, and after so many requests in the comments, the most requested film to watch by far, I knew I was missing out on something special, or at least a cult classic. I've watched two of John Carpenter's films before, Escape from New York and Escape from LA, both starring Kurt Russell, who was a fantastic actor back in the 80s and 90s, although I don't think I've seen any of his recent films. I've watched them over a decade ago, so I don't remember the plot in detail, but I remember liking Escape from New York over the sequel just because of the practical effects. I know The Thing also stars Kurt Russell, who I understand is a frequent collaborator with Carpenter. I don't know anything about the plot. I know I can expect a horror or thriller film with good practical effects. That's all I know from the comments and recommendations in the previous videos, so thank you for not ruining anything else for me. To help support the channel, I've started a Patreon page where I post full reactions to all the TV shows or movies that I do a couple of days before YouTube. You'll need your own copy of the film or show to watch along, of course. I'm done uploading all my reactions to Patreon, so head on there. Where I'll be holding polls for you guys to decide what we'll react to next. Please consider being a patron so I can post more than 2 videos a week. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. So let's get started. With all that being said, The Thing, Carpenter, Russell, let's go. Kurt Russell. Hey, music by Ennio Morricone. He actually wrote one of my most favorite pieces of music ever, Ecstasy of Gold. I really like the intro. It gives us a lot of exposition without anything, and we start off with a handheld shot. The music already sounds very suspenseful. Okay, that's a husky, if I'm not mistaken. The suspenseful music is ramping up a little bit, but I still have no idea why. Why is the dude trying to shoot the dog? National Science Institution Station 4, okay. So it's a research station. From afar, that looks like a pretty well-built set. I still don't know what their motivations are, but that looks like a gas grenade of some sort. Oh, it was an explosive. So they failed in killing the dog, and now they're landing. Run! Oh! The pilot's dead. I think he's just trying to kill the dog. But I don't think the Americans really understand what's going on or why. Both the Norwegians are dead. They were trying to kill the dog, and we don't know why. But they must have had a really good reason for doing so because they pretty much gave up their life. So I'm guessing the dog is important to the story. He seems like a good dog.
Shooting at a dog. At us.
Stir crazy. Cabin fever, who knows?
Oh, they probably figured they went crazy or something.
Yes, there is. I want to go up. In this weather?
From what I understand, they're going to go investigate the Norwegian camp.
It's up to you, Mac. If you don't want to fly, we don't fly.
We want to save those crazy Swedes, huh?
Norwegians.
Which way, Doc?
He's so ignorant.
I'm gonna have to read the map because I'm gonna be busy.
The music started again, and they're showing the dog. I like the camera angle John Carpenter's using because he's using two distinct camera angles, one from the dog's point of view and the other from the human's point of view. The whole Norwegian camp is burned to the ground. I like how Ennio Morricone is ramping up the music, and it's more suspenseful than horror. That hole looks like something broke through because that clearly doesn't look like a gunshot or anything like that. But I don't see any bodies anywhere though, so I don't know what that means. Did the dog do all of this? That's why the Norwegians were after them, or did he kill himself? Oh man, look at practical effects.
What are you doing, Doc?
Could be important work. I want to take it back with us.
Well, it's getting late. Let's hurry it up.
What are we looking at? An ice stub of some sort? Burnt and charred bodies. Dude. That looks unnerving. Jeez. That looks disgusting and amazing. It's not a human based on its proportions. Oh my god, it's so well done. Nobody has any idea what they just found or what's happening. Oh, they're showing the details now. Oh. That looks like a mutilated head or almost like two heads melting into one. Very well done, John Carpenter. Oh. I can't get over how well the face is done and how convincing and disgusting it is. It looks like it died in shock or fear or something. It's been almost like burnt and flayed.
Ah! Clark, will you put this mutt with the others where he belongs?
I have a bad feeling about this. So we are at the dog's POV, not the humans. The director wants us to concentrate on the dogs. Doesn't even look around, goes and just sits. This dog is so suspicious. And it looks like... What? What? That's not a dog, that's not a dog. But it's really unnerving to see. The other dogs are trying to escape. Oh my god. Okay. Everything's dark, which is never a good sign in a film. Especially in a horror film. Don't open it, dude. So the thing was inside the dog. Oh. Wow. That looks amazing and disgusting at the same time. It has eyes in the middle of nowhere. Just burn it, dude. Everybody should be taking this seriously now compared to before because that was definitely not normal. I wonder how it turned out to be so big. Okay, the sound effects are really selling what the director's showing. Ugh, it sounds disgusting.
When this thing attacked our dogs, it tried to digest them, absorb them.
Oh!
Did you notice anything strange about the dog? Anything at all?
Strange. No.
He's realizing it. That it could have spread before. They're watching the footage from the Norwegian camp. They found this UFO. They tried to dig it up. So from what I understand, the thing is an alien that can shapeshift and morph into other living beings as long as it absorbs them or eats them or something. These transitions that John Carpenter is using is working most of the time, but some of the time it's kind of unnecessary. That clearly is a painting, but it's pretty convincing too. That is a painting too, for sure, except the background.
Jesus, how long you figure this has been in the ice?
Can't be long.
Around here for a long time, I'd say the ice it's buried in is 100,000 years old. At least.
100,000 years? I was so wrong. Ah, this is where they got the block of ice.
How can it look like a dog?
I don't know how. Because it's different than us, see? Because it's from outer space. What do you want from me? Ask him.
Yeah, he looks like the most knowledgeable guy out of all of them. Oh, is he running simulations? He's trying to understand how the thing is imitating or copying cells. Very interesting stuff. And they were limited by their technology back in 1981. Holy crap. In 3 years, the whole world will be infected by that computer's calculations.
I have to talk to you. I'm tired of talking to you.
I don't know why they're keeping it around. It's probably dead, but still. Oh, no, it's not dead. It's moving.
It needs to be alone and in close proximity with the life form to be absorbed. And these burned remains, they're not dead yet.
Oh, no. Exactly what we saw. Oh my goodness. So it imitated Bennings and is running away.
It isn't Benning.
That's considerably creepy. Burn it. Ennio Morricone is using music very sparingly, which I didn't expect. They have to burn everything until there is no cellular activity left. Very convincing practical effects. He destroyed their only means of getting out of there. I'm still not 100% sure whether the Blair is the thing or not, or is he just going crazy?
You think that thing wanted to be an animal? No, you don't understand. That thing wanted to be.
I don't know who's infected or what's going on. It's really leaving me in a lot of suspense.
So how do we know who's human? If I was an imitation, how would you know if it was really me?
That is an excellent question, Keith David.
We could take a sample of each person's blood. I suppose if there's a reaction, we'd know who isn't human.
We've got whole blood in storage.
Gary! Hey, you guys, come here!
Oh no!
Been in here on several occasions.
Doc thought of the test.
Windows is so scared.
Put it down, Gary. You don't want to hurt anybody. Right.
I don't know about copper. I give you my word, I did not go near that blood. Somebody else was in charge.
Kurt Russell takes charge. Okay. Things are getting more tense. I also like how John Carpenter using more darker shots as the film goes along, because we started off the film with a very bright tone.
If a small particle of this thing is enough to take over an entire organism, then everyone should prepare their own meals. And I suggest we only eat out of cans.
That's a good call. Or did the power just cut out? What is he gonna find? Oh no! It's probably a misdirection. MacReady can't be one of them or the thing.
We all meet back here in 20 minutes regardless.
So we still don't know what the thing wants or what its motivations are.
I don't want to stay out here anymore. I want to come back inside.
And I won't harm anybody. You gotta let
He
me
does
come
sound
back
more
inside.
convincing, but it's not worth taking the risk.
Is it Fuchs? Maybe he burned himself before it could get to him.
Oh,
Close that door. I found this. Wind must have dislodged it, but I don't think he saw me find it.
I'm usually not this quiet during my reactions. It's not MacReady, it's him.
Not breathing!
I can't imagine how cold it is outside. I think...
Clear!
Oh no! Oh! Wow! That's insane. I know that's not real. His head just detached from his body. Amazed on how they achieved this in 1982. Holy crap, that's amazing. Everything aside, the story aside, everything aside, the practical effects are really, really amazing. Oh my god, the head just grew legs? Like a spider? Oh, that's something I've never ever seen in my life before. And I can't believe it's not CGI. And I can't believe it's slipping away from them.
He ain't tying me up.
Then I'll have to kill you, child.
Then kill me.
I like Keith David's character.
We're gonna draw a little bit of everybody's blood, because we're gonna find out who's the thing.
That's a great idea.
You see, when a man bleeds, it's just tissue. The blood from one of you things won't obey when it's attacked. It'll try and survive.
That surprisingly makes a lot of sense. That's a really bad place to cut yourself, because you use your thumb a lot. Okay, that looks normal.
I guess you're okay. All right. Put that on and watch them.
This is a really tense scene.
I'll show you what I
And I
already
like
know.
that Ennio is not using any music.
Crock of shit.
Now, Clark.
He looks nervous as hell.
And Clark was human, huh?
Oh, damn.
Which makes you a murderer, don't it?
Palmer now.
Oh no. And the flamethrower's not working. And they're all tied up. Oh no. Oh my god, Windows is dead. You can tell in the practical effects that some of it is not real, but overall it's really well done. And he's finally got the flamethrower working. That's a great way to guarantee it. I finally understand why the Norwegian camp was burnt up, because this is exactly what happened to them. Oh, thank God. Okay. Charles should be fine too. Yeah. He seemed like the most calm and rational person. He's the only one left. Oh, Gary's just fine.
I'd rather not spend the rest of this winter
Tied to this fucking couch!
Ooh, Blair escaped. Ooh, the floorboards. It's not a good idea to go down there, man. That's the spacecraft. Either Blair is the thing, or he's been figuring it out how to kill it.
Stole the parts from the helicopter. Smart SOB. Put it together piece by piece.
Oh. And I'm pretty convinced now Blair is the thing. And it's using Blair's scientific knowledge to actually build a ship, which it couldn't do before.
Hey,
The tense music is kicking in again.
I think I saw Charles outside the main entrance of the camp.
He cut the power.
6 hours, it'll be 100 below in here. Well, that's suicide. Not for that thing. It wants to freeze now.
Oh my goodness.
What can we do?
It was trying to escape, but everything else failed. Now it's just waiting for the rescue team, so it's just trying to freeze itself till it gets to that point. And I like how Mac says they're not getting out of this thing alive. It's a very distinctive beat that Ennio is using. John Carpenter really has his own style of directing, which is considerably different to other directors. Very different, in fact. I was wondering where the Norwegian rescue team is, but then I realized it's the middle of a storm, so there's no way of communications with anyone outside. I really like this claustrophobic set design. It's drawing my attention to the well-lit spots, which John Carpenter is highlighting pretty well.
We gotta bring this whole place right down into the ice.
They're showing Knowles for way too long. I'm concerned about him. Oh no. Oh wow, his fingers are right through his face. Where's the blood? Oh no. That was really good misdirection from Carpenter, because I didn't suspect Gary to be the first person to go out of the three. And yes, Blair is definitely the thing. But I wonder where Charles is. I love how dark this shot is, and it's hard to make out what's happening. Mac is ready to go. It's under the floorboards, and the dynamite hasn't been... It has tentacles, dude. Oh, that is amazing. It's like a mixture of the dog and Blair and anything else it's absorbed, or what?
Fuck you too!
What a great explosion. This is the type of practical effects I really enjoy. Oh, that's amazing. I bet they had a really, really fun day at set that day. Just blowing everything they made. This must be one of the last shots they actually had to shoot for the film, because they literally destroyed the set in which they shot everything in. And I love how the fire contrasts with the darkness. I have no idea who's alive and who's dead anymore, except for Mac. He has no way of getting out of there. I don't know where Charles is, because the last we saw of him, he just ran off. Or walked out. Yeah, Mac is kind of just losing all hope. Oh, that's Charles.
Where were you, Charles?
Thought I saw Blair. I went out after him. Got lost in the storm. Fire's got the temperature up all over the camp. You're worried about me.
If we've got any surprises for each other, I don't think we're in much shape to do anything about it.
These scenes are directed very well. The lighting is excellent. Even the dialogue is very good. But here comes the music back again. No! This is how it ends? Now that's a lot to think about. And it's Keith David. I was right, yay. I don't know what to think about this film. I really enjoyed it, but I need to take a couple of minutes. First off, it was a great film. I really did enjoy it, especially the whole concept of a shape-shifting alien and the practical effects. However, I do have some caveats with the film, which I'll discuss further. Let's start off with the cinematography, which was pretty good. The setting was perfect for landscape shots, which the cinematographer used in the earlier parts of the film before they shifted focus on the camp, where the cinematography changed significantly to more close-up shots. One thing I have to note is that in the first act, the POV kept changing from the dog level to the human level. This kept what was important in focus, and this was a great decision by the director and the cinematographer. The editing in the film was considerably better than I expected, but still not the best. This is definitely not one of the best edited films I've ever seen, but it was overall decent. The direction from John Carpenter, in a nutshell, was unique. I've seen the Escape film so long ago that I forgot that Carpenter has a very unique style of directing. I also can understand why it doesn't sit well with many people. He did an excellent job with the budget he had, and his use of practical effects and props were masterful. That's what he's really good at. That's one thing I cannot fault him on. The fadeaway transitions, on the other hand, were a hit and miss in my opinion. I feel like it may have been overused a little bit and should have been maybe saved for more important scenes or to bookend an act. John Carpenter used his actors, set design, camera work, and especially Ennio Morricone's music to build up tension, which he did very well. That aspect of the film I really enjoyed. Ennio Morricone is a genius. When I read his name in the opening credits, I expected more of his music to be in the film, but it looks like he kept it intentionally minimal to ramp up the tension. Overall, the sound in the film, especially the sounds made by The Thing in particular, were spectacular. It really did complement the visuals, and it drew me further in than I expected and hoped, which was a good thing. Let's talk about the practical effects, the props, and set design. First off, the practical effects and the set design in particular were top notch and easily the best part of the film. It has aged remarkably well. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like everything I saw looked 100% real, but I am going to say, considering the tiny budget, Carpenter did a fantastic job with the tools he had in his disposal. This film probably inspired a whole generation of directors to make horror films, so that's a very big thing. The creature itself looked convincing and disgusting at the same time. Most of the shots, unless it was very zoomed in, was very well done. Finally, the explosion at the end was superb. That was really well done, and I enjoy seeing stuff getting blown up in films, especially when it's not CGI. MacReady. Okay, MacReady was played by Kurt Russell, who was very minimalistic in his performance, which I think stays true to both the actor and the character he was playing. Carpenter used Russell very well in his role. Max seemed rational and confident and a man of action when the time came for it. Overall, I really enjoyed his performance. The supporting cast overall was very good too. I really enjoyed playing detective and trying to figure out who was the thing. Carpenter did a great job in subverting my expectations when it came to that. I like the fact that Blair, the most knowledgeable person in the film, is pretty much useless except for introducing the thing. I don't know whether he was attacked or transformed into the thing, but it was definitely a surprise. I was surprised to see Keith David in the film. He's a fantastic actor, and he was great in his role as Giles. He seemed to be the only other fully rational person with almost no fear compared to some of the other characters. I really did enjoy his performance. Next, let's talk about the thing itself. I still have no idea what it was, where it came from, what its motivations were. I think the director wanted to keep it that way, kind of mysterious, in my opinion. It was probably just an invasive life form which was trying to spread and get out of the Antarctic ice and get into civilization where it could slowly take over the planet. The computer simulation showed that it would take less than 1,200 days to fully infect the world, so you get a sense of how dangerous this thing was. It's shown that the thing can not only mimic but can also learn and absorb information since it was using Blair's knowledge to build an aircraft of some sort. I assume to leave Antarctica. The thing and its actions were a little hard to follow for me though, which I'm guessing was a directorial choice. I don't know whether I fully agree with that or whether I should just embrace it. If I had to think of any negatives or things that could have been done better, firstly, I think it would be a help if the plot was a little more cohesive, since John Carpenter left a lot of things to the imagination. The editing might have to do something with that. I also have mixed feelings about the ending since they left no resolution at the end credits. I understand it was an intentional choice by the director to leave it ambiguous, but Mac and Giles just sitting in a burning cabin didn't sit with me very well at the end. I just had too many questions, I guess, and maybe I need to give it a little more time to settle. Overall, this was a cult classic which I'll be rewatching very soon with people I know who are scared of gore. I'm not like really scared of gore, but I know some people who are. I would love to see their reactions to it, just like you're probably enjoying mine. I usually talk way more in my film reactions, but this was a visual feast for the eyes, so I was taking it all in and I was talking a little less. In conclusion, I really did enjoy the film, but the ending had me asking more questions than answers, and that's a good thing sometimes. Now, my question to you viewers is what should I react to next? I would like to watch a non horror thriller film for a change, maybe a good character study, or an action film which I've missed. Do let me know in the comments. Anyways, thank you for watching. I do have a Patreon page. Consider being a patron. Subscribe to the channel. Like if you liked the video, dislike it if you didn't. I'll definitely see you in the next one.